What's up, guys? I'm DT Artman, and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be unboxing a new figure that I just got this past weekend. The Hot Toys 6-scale black suit figure from Insomniac Spider-Man 2. I picked this up from a local toy store in Richmond, Virginia called Toy Lair. If you happen to be in the area, I highly suggest checking them out. So, with that down, let's get to the unboxing. Okay, first things first, let's take a look at the box art. We have Peter Parker in his black suit form here. We have the Marvel Spider-Man 2 name here. We have the Sideshow exclusive. I'll get more into this later. We have the Hot Toys name here. We have the Video Game Masterpiece name here. We have the 6-scale Peter Parker black suit collectible figure name here. When we flip it on the side, we have more of a look of the spider leg covered in black symbiote. We have the 6-scale nameplate here. We have the Hot Toys logo here. Flip it on the back. You see the Marvel Spider-Man 2 name here. You see the warnings on the right, on the left here. You see the credits here. Hot Toys, Secret Base. You see all the information about who made the figure. You have the sticker of authenticity here. Always look out for this. This means it's authentic, which is the sticker of authenticity. My bad, you know that. We have the Marvel logo here at the bottom. And then when we flip it on the side, it's the same as the first side that I flipped it on here. And if we look at the top, we see Marvel Spider-Man 2 here. And you see the bottom at the bottom as well. Now, if we remove the sleeve here, one second. You get a window view of the figure as well as his accessories here. Now you see the symbiote looks like it's forming around the box here. I actually like that. That's really cool. See it at the top as well right here and here. You have the Spider-Man 2 name here. You have the Video Game Masterpiece logo here, as well as the Hot Toys logo. You flip it on the side, it's this weird, like, technological pattern. I don't know why they chose to do this. And you have a distorted look of the black suit right here. I don't know why they decided to do this. It's a little weird. You have Marvel Spider-Man 2 Peter Parker black suit 6-scale collectible figure name here with the dimensions and a bigger picture of a distorted Spider-Man picture here. You have the Peter Parker name up here. When you flip it, it's the same as the first side that I flipped it on. All right, now that we've taken a look at the box art, let's take out the figure. Okay, now that we pull it out of the box, let's take a little more in-depth look here. When you pull it out of the box, you notice that it comes in 2 trays. The first tray has the figure in it itself and a lot of his accessories here. And the second tray is the second set of accessories. All right, now that we pulled these trays out, let's take a closer look at the accessories. Okay, now that we have his accessories out here, let's take a more in-depth look. We have the Hot Toys standard issue display stand here. We have the white spider logo with the black background. We have Marvel Spider-Man 2 name here. And on the nameplate, we have black suit. We have the instruction sheet right here. You always have to keep this in mind with your figures, especially when you want to put hands on the figures and when you want to put accessories on it. You got to pay attention. We have the standard dynamic pole for posing. Comes with the standard gripping hand. Not really the biggest fan of these because they always tend to wear in the suit when you want to keep your figure in such a dynamic pose. It tears into the material and I'm very hesitant on using this. Hot Toys got to do better with this. We have the pegs when you want to put these in the back, for when you want to put these in the back to give them this more standard look. Right here, you see these 4 pegs? We have extra set of pegs for the hands in case you break one of them. We have dynamic webbing here for when you want to make it look like he's spitting more than just one web. We have a shooting web effect here. This one comes with a more pointed effect here when he wants to go for a more deadly attack. Excuse me. Oops. We have more of a longer web slinging effect here. We have a more spiral dynamic webbing here for when you want to get that really cool webbing effect here, when you want to see that. And we have a longer web swinging hand. Web swinging effect here. Sorry. We have the web wings that he uses in the game. When I mentioned the Sideshow exclusive sticker here, this is why it's a Sideshow exclusive. It comes with an extra head, and it has the symbiote effect, where it's look like it's crawling over, like where it's forming around its head. We have the Venom effect here for when you want to make it look like the symbiote is in its attacking formation or attacking form. We have 3 sets of hands. The sweeping hands here. Open action hands here. Sorry about that. We have more of a hand where you want to pose him in his signature pose. We have more of an open, but the fingers are more crunched in. And another open action hand here. All right, we also have the 4 spider legs covered in the black symbiote. I actually like this. I think this makes the black suits to figure stand out more. Here. Anyway, with the accessories down, let's get to the figure itself. Okay, now that we have the figure out, I gotta say this looks phenomenal. And when you look at it, you see the light reflect off of it. This is exactly what you want. I can understand how someone would call this a little tacky, but at the same time, this is really what you want. Like, it's a symbiote. The symbiote's supposed to be slimy. It's supposed to be oozy. And when the light bounces off of it, it gives that interpretation. And I think Hot Toys nailed it with this. When you feel the head, it's a hard plastic. And it's painted over with the same material. Sort of the same material they painted over the suit. You have the iconic spider logo right here, as well as on the back here. Now, the pegs I mentioned before in the accessories, this is where they go. I can understand why it would look a little off, but to me, it doesn't bother me as much because it fits right well. When you look closer at the suit, you see more of an intricate design here. Excuse me. I like that it's not just straight black. It's more detailed look here. Feel it here. Now, when you look at the hands, you see, instead of the classic square that's usually on his hands, I would have preferred the square, but the arrow look, just it fits just fine. And then when you look at the bottom of the feet here, you see more of shoe designs here. Man, I'm still in awe of how this looks. I think as far as the look and feel of this figure, they nailed it. So with that down, let's get to the articulation. Okay, first with the articulation, let's get to the head. Swivel to the left. Almost 360, pretty much. You can pretty much say 360, but you got to be careful still. It's a good turn here. Turn here. When you point up, good point up. Point down, decent point down. All right, when you get to the arms here, give me a second. Decent 90-degree angle. Decent 90-degree angle. But be careful, the suit bunches up at the arm and you don't want to get it caught. Doesn't really bend backwards that much as far as at the elbow point here. You can turn the arm back a good amount here, almost close to straight. But and then hold on a second. When you can't put it up as much because it'll bunch at the shoulder here. But you know what? I don't mind that. It's not a little 6-inch action figure, so it is what it is. When you get to the abs, pretty good crunch forward. Oops, give me a second. Oh, pretty decent crunch back, but be careful with the suit material here. You don't want to get all bunched up, unless you don't mind dynamic poses. Okay, decent 90-degree angle back here with the leg. No bend forward. Of course, you don't want to do that. But, you know. You can kick it back up. You can kick the leg up a couple notches here. Excuse me a second. Decent amount, but the material kind of holds it back a little bit. And with the toe, there's no toe pivot, and that kind of sucks, you know what I mean? You can move the foot up a little bit like this. Plus you can move it down like that as well. You can turn it a little bit, but you still got, you can turn it a little bit, but you still got to be careful with the suit here. All right. Give me a minute to lay this figure back to standard standing pose. Now with the articulation down, let's get to some poses. Well, after looking at this figure, I gotta say this is definitely a great pickup. The only minor problem I had with this was getting the second head sculpt on. I don't know why it's so tight to get on. And I think I'm gonna just leave it like this. I made a slight misjudgment earlier during the articulation. I noticed there is a toe hinge on there, and my apologies, Hot Toys. The spider legs are like super long here, and to me, this makes such a dynamic figure. It makes it such a dynamic pose right here. And Hot Toys, I think you got a good black suit Spider-Man here. Other than that, I have no major issues with this figure. And again, I'm glad I picked this up. Anyway, that's the unboxing for today. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.